Hey, it's the Empire, Boxing Empire, Boxer Boxing. Now, man, it's official, man. Everyone's talking about it, man. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua has finally been finalized. Anthony Joshua has given in to all the demands of Tyson Fury, right? And he's finally going to make this fight December 3rd, man. It's wild. I made a video like 2-3 days ago talking about how Deontay Wilder is going to pivot to fight Alexander Usyk, and how Tyson Fury is most likely going to fight Anthony Joshua, man. And I called it to a T, man. I called it to a T. Now, that being said, man, this contract Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury signed, this is a 2-fight deal contract, and that means they're going to be fighting for a long time, you know, at least a year or 10 months or something like that in between promotions, and, you know, if no one gets hurt, you know, in between the fights. So, all that being said, man, this is going to be an all-British showdown between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. And, you know, a lot of people are sleeping on Anthony Joshua, man. Me personally, I favor Tyson Fury just because he has pretty good stamina. He doesn't really get tired, and he can basically outwork Anthony Joshua the way that Alexander Usyk did. But you never know, man, with Anthony Joshua's power, you know, can he outbox Tyson Fury? There's a good possibility that can happen too. You know, Otto Wallen was doing really well to hurt Tyson Fury in those fights, and, you know, the eye was dangling off his face, man. You know, the eye was cut really bad. And let's keep it a buck. If Anthony Joshua landed those same punches, the fight would have been called, man. So, you know, I can lean toward Tyson Fury, but you can't put anything past Anthony Joshua. He did look much better against Alexander Usyk the second time around. I do think he needs to get rid of Robert Garcia. He needs to go with Derek James. He needs to go with winners. I'm still shocked to this day he still went with Robert Garcia. I think he's a good trainer and all, but when you have guys like Mikey Garcia training with Robert Garcia his whole life, and then you have a guy like Derek James training with Earl Spence, right? And they fight each other, and then the winner, that being Earl Spence, wins. You know, the trainer should get credit for that. You know, you shouldn't pick the loser's trainer. You should pick the winner's trainer. And the winner between Errol Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia is Errol Spence Jr. People got to understand that, you know, these unification fights are these undisputed fights. Jamel Charles is an undisputed champion, and Errol Spence could possibly be undisputed as well. I think Anthony Joshua, you know, he needs a confidence booster, and Robert Garcia, maybe he boosts his confidence up, and maybe that's why he picked him at the end of the day. All that being said, you know, it's going to be a big fight for Anthony Joshua, man. It's going to be a make or break for him. He did lose to Alexander Usyk twice, and who knows, man. They say third time's the charm. Can he pull it off? We don't know, man. We don't know. But this is going to have to be a time for him, you know, to redeem his career. You know, this has been talked about for so long. Can Tyson Fury get arrogant and cocky because he beat Deontay Wilder? There's a strong possibility. You know, Anthony Joshua is actually, he's the B-side now, man. Everyone knows it. This is a do or die for him. This isn't Anthony Joshua, you know, the beloved, where everyone loves Anthony Joshua. He can do no wrong, and he's stopping everyone within 6. This is not that guy anymore. This is hungry Anthony Joshua. He's going to have to be, right? Because this is it for him. This is no darling treatment. He's going to have to bring out the animal. So we're going to see how this whole thing plays out, man. You know, like I said earlier, I talked about Deontay Wilder pivoting toward Alexander Usyk, and I predicted that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight was going to be made. The undisputed fight can wait, because that's part of the appeal of these fighters, you know, being who's going to be undisputed. And if you consolidate the belts, the majestic aspect of the fights is just not there anymore. So with all that being said, man, Usyk, you know, when you have Tyson Fury fighting a big dog like Anthony Joshua, Usyk can't fight no bums. He's going to have to fight a mandatory or Deontay Wilder. You know, that's just his options right now. So I expect Alexander Usyk to maybe fight one mandatory and then maybe fight Deontay Wilder early next year, for sure. So that's going to be a really good fight. I can't wait to see it. You know, it's going to be a big one. And like I said, I called it a couple days ago, that how Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Usyk are going to be fighting each other. You know, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury are going to be held up for a really, really long time. So we're going to see how this whole thing plays out, man. We're going to see the moves from Alexander Usyk. Hopefully this guy's not fighting bums for the next year, and he actually fights big dogs and defending those titles. And hopefully one of them is Deontay Wilder. We're going to see how this whole thing plays out. But who do you guys got in a Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua fight? Me, personally, I'm leaning toward Tyson Fury just because he fought a big puncher in Deontay Wilder. But you're not fighting a one-hand fighter anymore. You're fighting a two-handed fighter who can actually box in Anthony Joshua, who's hungry. You know, he's hungry. So we're going to see how this whole thing plays out, man. I'm really excited to hear it. Hopefully it's in Britain. Last time they were talking about making this fight, they were talking about making it in Saudi Arabia. God knows what this fight's going to be, man. It's going to be where the money is. This is going to be where the money is. So with all that being said, man, we're going to see how this whole thing plays out. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geobox Empire. Peace.